is on the air, I think.
Here we are.
They're back.
We're here.
Yeah.
You know, tomorrow's supposed to be a beautiful day. I think I heard that on this radio station.
Well, thank you for listening, Laura. Thank you.
So I was on...
Mark, did you hear about Burt Reynolds?
Oh, yeah.
It was all downhill once Lonnie left him. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would say that.
She pulled up with the Brinks truck and away it all went. It just took this long to catch up.
Did she take
I hope she didn't take the Firebird.
Did she take his hairpiece? Doesn't he have a hairpiece?
The two.
Well, if he only owes $1 million and it's worth 2.9, but he's got it listed for $9 million, what do you think? You should reduce the price?
I would. Yeah.
Maybe we could do a short, Jackie, could we do a short sale on that?
Yes. I said Mark was going to break that down, not you.
Well,
here it says that he's facing money woes that may lead to the foreclosure of his 4-acre waterfront Florida estate, but it doesn't say anything about Lonnie, so I'm not going to continue.
Okay.
That's enough for me. And I have a question. Why do you have to weigh in before a fishing tournament? Why does it matter?
No, when you're done, you weigh in the fish.
To see if you've eaten too much?
That'll come later than that.
it's the trophy prize.
Got it.
You don't do a lot of fishing, do you, Mark?
He fishes, but we're not going to tell you what for.
Okay.
Okay, so I got an e-newsletter from the Michigan Association of Realtors, and they had... So you have breaking news on your show, and you said if breaking news to call you, we're showing up with it.
Good.
So today, we have two gentlemen, at least right now we think they're gentlemen.
We'll find out in the next 20 minutes.
They're here representing different parts of what's called Michigan Saves, and you could go on michigansaves.org. And what brought my attention to it was I'm a green instructor for the National Association of Realtors, and I have been looking for someone locally to do lending for energy saving items, and here it is. Okay. So these guys are going to talk about it, and it's actually being rolled out today, right?
That is correct.
In Ann Arbor
yes.
area. And I think you've targeted Washtenaw County because Detroit Edison is kind of involved. Is that correct?
That's correct. We have a few markets where there's we refer to it as a pilot program that's taken off, and so it's the Ann Arbor market, Grand Rapids market, and Traverse City market.
Okay, and this is Brad Mann. Mark pointed out I didn't introduce him. Brad Mann of Building Science Energy Services. And tell us your title, because I'm totally confused from our pre-conversation.
Jack of all, master of none. No, really, I'm as it relates to the Michigan Saves program, I'm a program coordinator for them, and so I do a lot of the coordination between the contractors, program requirements, working to make things happen, to make sure we deliver a seamless offering with guaranteed results of excellent customer satisfaction.
And with...
That's for you.
And with Brad, sorry about that. Greg and Mark are distracting me. We have Rob Delatorre.
That's correct.
Did I say that right? And
yep,
he's with he's with Prospect Mortgage, who is doing the financing for this program. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
All right, tell us what you're rolling out today, then.
Yeah, we're very excited. We're rolling out a new program called it's referred to as the Michigan Saves Home Mortgage Program. And really what we're focused on with the Home Mortgage Program is helping homeowners make energy efficiency improvements either at the time of sale or refinance.
So that means, tell us how that works, because the way I understand it is if I buy a house, for example, and I'm going to add an energy efficient furnace and new roof and insulation and things like that, you can take that, and this might be a Rob question, you can take those savings and add them to the income, and therefore I qualify for more?
Yes, we have various different programs we do. I guess we'll give a little background. Michigan Saves is a nonprofit organization that specializes in finding and facilitating financing products that are maybe a little bit more attractable than market value products or traditional market value products. And so they're always looking out for the interest of the consumer, trying to pay attention to what's going on in markets and how we bring the best thing possible to them. So the home mortgage program, one of the benefits of the home mortgage program is we're strongly focused on incorporating what we would refer to as utility incentives or rebates for energy efficient upgrades that are currently available to pretty much every homeowner in the state of Michigan. Just a real brief background. Through what's known as energy optimization, utility programs now participate and have funding available to help homeowners buy down the cost of energy efficiency improvements. And so the home mortgage program is set out with the design and the intent to facilitate the entire process, because as we all know, anytime we get into renovations and upgrades, it can become a little tricky, especially if it's related to the real estate transaction. So we've set out with a very high level of contractors, a good education base of understanding the real estate market from their perspective, and have really put some backstops in place to make sure that we can deliver on our promise of customer satisfaction.
So you're starting in Washtenaw County and Grand Rapids, why? Tell us, I know when you and I talked yesterday, it's something to do with the utility company that's in those areas.
So we have approached DTE Energy a while back, and utilities are always looking for unique and innovative ways to capture energy savings and what we would consider just traditional market-based business operations like a real estate transaction. And so DTE graciously jumped on the idea of helping the homeowners who are buying homes in these few markets, and they designed a special pilot for them homeowners to really simplify the process. And so really, in a nutshell, what's going to happen is, based on the amount of energy efficiency improvement that's made, DTE is making available an incentive at the time of close, prior to the improvements taking place, of somewhere between $1,500 and $2,500 to the home buyer.
And right now, because we're in consumers energy territory, Jackson is, that what do we get right now with consumers energy? We just get the regular rebates that they have online.
That's correct.
$400 for a furnace.
Yeah, it's something like that. Don't put me on the spot for the rebate list today. I'm not prepared for that.
Are you working with consumers?
We've recently just started some talks with consumers. I think they've definitely shown some interest. They have a very robust home performance program as well. I mean, just for all the listeners out there, Consumers Energy has up to $5,000 right now in rebates with an enhanced program through the end of the year. So.
Okay. So, I sell someone a house, and they're going to call Rob for a mortgage. Rob, what are you going to talk to them about?
Well, typically, and there's no home out there that cannot benefit from utilizing a renovation mortgage, especially when you're financing in energy improvements. Unless we're talking new construction, any home out there can qualify for a renovation loan program. What's nice about it is a one loan program, and repairs do not start until after closing. Give you a rough example here. If we're looking at a $150,000 home, and the borrower is looking at possibly $20,000 in energy improvements, that would be a $170,000 basis, and it's one loan. They're going to put 3.5% down off of the $170,000 loan basis, and there's $20,000 sitting aside there in a renovation fund to do these energy improvements. And what's fantastic about the Michigan Saves program is they will bring right to the closing table these energy rebates to help reduce the borrower's closing costs.
Is that like interest-free?
The mortgage?
The set-aside? Or?
The mortgage loan is not interest-free.
No, I know that.
The rebates,
yeah.
It's a rebate. It's not a loan.
Okay, so it's a rebate. All right.
How cumbersome is the process of getting a renovation loan
At the time of closing.
at the time of closing?
The loan program is not cumbersome at all. It takes a little bit longer than your standard conventional loan program. We are closing these loan products in right about 45 days, and especially working with Brad and his contractors and consultants, it really streamlines the program and brings the timeline down.
So the process on a purchase would be a regular purchase, plus then the renovations have to be outlined, the appraisal has to reflect the renovated product, the renovated home. There have to be bids submitted for underwriting, for your underwriters to approve of the renovations, right?
Correct. The borrower chooses their own contractor.
Okay.
They select their own contractor of choice, and they provide a line item detailed invoice or bid, for that matter, for the scope of work to be performed. And that bid is given to the appraiser. And what's fantastic about this program is that the appraiser is doing a after improved valuation on the appraisal. What is the property going to be worth after the energy improvements, taking into consideration the savings from doing high efficiency improvements. And so we will lend on the after improved value of the home, not the current as is value.
New windows, would that fit into the?
Yes, new windows, new roof, furnace, HVAC,
Insulation. Siding.
absolutely, appliances.
Wow, okay.
Now, it talks in here about credit scores. So the lowest is,
640.
okay. And is there a maximum amount I can put on top? Like I pay $150 for a house, is there a maximum amount of improvements?
There's not a dollar set maximum. Basically, the maximum is 110% of after improved value. We can do a loan for up to 110% of the after improved value. So as long as the improvements and the amount you're financing in over and above the purchase price will appraise on an after improved value.
And are you taking the savings into account in my income?
We can if need be.
So I can, if I only qualify for a $150,000 house, it's possible that once I do these renovations, I might really qualify for a $170,000 house.
Correct.
Based on the savings from the energy efficiency. How do they calculate that? There must be some rule of thumb that you guys already have printed out, that contractors have.
Yeah, we basically follow the standard, what's known as the energy efficient or energy improvement mortgage guidelines. So, most loan products have some form of overlay. For an energy efficient mortgage, it's just, traditionally a lot of lenders are not in tune with how these work and what these are. They're confused by the process. They're scared of all the extra steps. And that's one area where Prospect really excels, is they understand these products very, very well.
So Prospect's the only lender you have on board right now for a home mortgage.
Correct.
But for a home improvement, I'm in the process of buying 2 furnaces. I wouldn't go to Rob, I would contact one of your lenders that's online, correct?
That's right. Michigan Saves also has unsecured financing, and for everybody out there, 7% interest rate on an unsecured loan is a very, very good rate to make improvements to your home if you're not in a situation where the mortgage makes good sense to you. They have rates and terms. They go up to $20,000 for up to 10 years, and so it is possible to use that unsecured loan if you're out there and you're in need of a furnace replacement and maybe a little bit of added insulation, not looking to do a mortgage. Definitely a very, very good loan product there, because traditionally what you're going to see is available to the normal marketplace is going to start at 13.99%. And it's going to be anywhere up as high as 26% on some of the credit card and different options like that.
Is this only primary residences, or can I have rental properties, can I utilize this program for non-owner occupied properties?
Yes, you can.
How about commercial properties?
We have a commercial pilot program that we're currently working on, but it's very limited right now. The way Michigan Saves works, obviously bringing innovative financing ideas to the table, is we always roll out in a very small controlled market, test the product a little bit, get comfortable with the product, get processes and procedures down, and then it will eventually grow. The goal is by the end of 2012, the commercial loan product will be statewide.
And what's the contractor part? So Rob said I could use any contractor, but I know there's a little
That's right.
caveat there. So.
Yes, Michigan Saves, this is very typical with all the utility programs as well. Anything attached to the energy efficiency incentives that are available within the state require contractors to have some form of national certification that demonstrates their ability to really deliver home performance work in a very quality manner to make sure energy savings is achieved. So, again, on the michigansaves.org website, there's always a list of participating contractors with each program that they have, so that a customer is able to refer to that website and then select a qualified contractor.
And it also says something about there's an energy audit done or assessment.
Yes,
Tell me
ma'am.
more about that.
So, you know, with in the home mortgage program or in the unsecured program, either or, one requirement of the program is all homeowners are to receive an energy assessment. And, you know, I like to relate it to the medical industry. It's a very thorough examination of your home and the way that it uses energy. The contractors are going to use a lot of very advanced diagnostic equipment, things like infrared cameras, which, you know, theoretically what's happening is it's taking an x-ray of the insulation in your house so you can see the quality of it behind the walls. A blower door, which we use to locate and identify areas of leakage and quantitatively measure how leaky your house is, and so we know what the improvement value of it is, and, you know, various other tools like that. The energy assessment is what we use to provide the customer a prioritized list. It's how we really address the house and say, you know, the first 3 items we want to do where you're going to get the biggest return on your investment and, you know, that make the most sense is laid out through that process of that energy audit. In the home mortgage program, the energy audit is actually going to take place at the same time when the home inspection and the appraisal are, you know, in the mix to be ordered. So we are inputting our energy audit into a time where we're not going to be needing to extend the time required in order to get the loan to go to close.
Is that energy audit required?
That energy audit is required, yes ma'am.
Okay. And are you contracting with local? For example, I had an energy audit done on my house with the X-ray.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite interesting. I haven't done anything about it. It was a couple of years ago, but I have that. It's quite interesting to see where the leakages are. So would you utilize maybe the same person that I used? Because it sounded like yours is a little bit more extensive. Because he just did the infrared stuff.
Yeah, you know, it would really depend, I guess. I mean, the contractors on the list, I guess I'll go back to, they have to have some form of national certification, like a BPI building analyst. It's an individual who possesses the ability, or has shown the ability, I should say, not to say the person who did yours was incompetent by no means, but has demonstrated, you know, through testing and field testing and follow-up of quality assurance that they continue to deliver very high standards of work.
Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And
Well, you jumped right in on that.
We'll be right back.